everybody, and this video is actually going to be a lot more serious than the other content I make on this channel, and it actually has nothing to do with any of the content that I make on this channel, but it does kind of tie in what has been happening, and why this topic is important to me. I'll explain later on, but as you guys can see from the title, a professional wrestler and Netflix star, Hana Kimura, took her own life, and a lot of people have been talking about it, and there were some interesting things that she said on Twitter prior to this happening. What happened basically, and what a lot of people speculate to have caused this is a lot of cyberbullying. I mean, I know what I've noticed in particular since the start of this whole quarantine. I mean, cyberbullying has always been there, but it has been a lot more enhanced since the quarantine has been a thing. People have been on their keyboards a lot more. Everybody has opinions that aren't necessarily positive, and it's getting to the point where the internet is getting very out of control. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because this touches into a very deep issue that we see on a daily basis and stuff like that, and it boils down to empathy and sympathy, right? Obviously it's mainly empathy. Like, how would you feel, if you were in that person's shoes doing what you're doing? Now, I know this is probably a message that's been, I guess, beaten into the skulls of very many people. It almost sounds like a broken record, but you really have to think about it, because a lot of people might be like, oh, well, you're in control of what you do to yourself and da 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 da. But you have to think. I mean, the bigger you get online, and it doesn't even matter if you're big or small. Negative comments and negative trolling behavior affect everybody to some degree. There's ways to handle it, and some people handle it better than others, but ultimately it impacts everybody in a very negative light. I know for you guys have seen me, and I've gotten some negative comments before, and I tell you it doesn't affect me, and it actually does, but in a way that you wouldn't expect. For me, I get a lot more nullified. I get more I guess hardened. I'm more protective of my feelings and stuff like that. So obviously when people say stuff like that, pretty hateful stuff, I ignore it, and I become a lot more hardened, and that can be a problem, because for me that might result in me not taking criticism as well. I might ignore constructive criticism, when it does come around, because of all of the negative comments. But fortunately, this community is very positive, very uplifting, so I seldom have too many negative comments. But for the people that do, in general, because we've all experienced it to some degree, it's harsh, and a lot of people go through it. And so there are some people that are probably following me right now that are going through something like that right now as we speak. And I just want to let you guys know that all of you guys are strong, and there is so much to live for in life. I'm grateful to wake up and breathe. Every day I wake up, I'm grateful that I'm alive, I'm in good health, and I'm breathing. So it doesn't matter what anybody says to me, I am grateful, and I know that, what we can do to help make this better is obviously try to discourage stuff like that from people that we know, because I know there's people that we might be friends with or whatever that might go on keyboard warrior rant on certain people and whatever, and it gets ridiculous. It was sad reading this story, because she was a very beautiful woman, very, very active with what she did, and I to be honest, I never watched any of her stuff. I didn't know who she was until her name popped up in the headlines today. So obviously I did some digging, and I'm like, wow, like, this is very unfortunate. Like, a beautiful person was taken away from this world, and it sucks, because she said that all she wanted to feel was to feel loved, and she received so much hate and on the internet and stuff, and just in general, that she couldn't handle it anymore. Like, she resorted to extreme measures, and it's very unfortunate. And I just want you guys to know that if anybody is going through that at all, I would encourage you to look, and it's hard to, obviously to look at all the positive things that could possibly happen. There are some people who have lived lives that are not the best, and they think that that is all they have to look forward to. Some people live very grim lives, to put it, very, very frankly, and it's unfortunate and it's sad. But if you see somebody like that, if there's a friend that you have that's going through something like that, please, pay closer attention, spend more time with that person, try to help bring them into a good spirit, because what we don't need right now, or at all ever, is people doing this to themselves because people wanted to get a quick laugh, or they wanted to troll and stuff. And this kind of ties into another thing that I've been seeing on the internet lately, which is mob mentality. When I've been seeing communities on the internet come at each other very, very reckless, when they disagree with a popular opinion or subject or whatever. What happens is you have one community try to cancel or shut down a smaller community, or even a community of equivalent size, maybe even larger. And it's getting toxic because now those communities are sending all of their followings, right? Like, I mean, like the creators are sending their followers to go attack different groups of people, and that is adding to what we just saw today. That is exactly what that can potentially result in. And on top of, and you got to think, like, when you do stuff like that, right? I mean, I feel like being a creator on any form of social media, you have a certain set of responsibility, and I feel like you need to be able to understand that using your clout, I guess, for good, or at least like not in a malicious way, is going to help the platform. Like, if you can refrain from using your following for a malicious reason or whatever, like, that'll help the entire platform, and not even just platforms, but society get better. I did a school project in 7th grade on cyberbullying, and at the time, there were some studies and stuff like that loosely connected people who had taken their lives to incidences that were, where kids got on groups on Facebook or Twitter and just horrendously bullied these kids online. And there's no easy solution to this. All I can really suggest is surrounding yourself by people you care about, and being in trying to recreate a positive climate for yourself as effectively and as quickly as possible, because it is very easy to get drowned in a pool of negativity. And I just want to let you guys know, I can't talk. I just want to let you guys know that I'm here for all of you, especially people who are going through that. I have been through it myself. I went through something similar in a small period of time in my life, beginning of high school and stuff. I got into kind of a debacle with some people, and it turned pretty nasty online, and it did affect my self-esteem a bit, and it was pretty horrible. But what I did indirectly, without even knowing it, is I wound up surrounding myself with people that were very positive, and it helped a lot. Now obviously, like, professional help is also something I would encourage as well. But ultimately, like, for everybody watching this video, if there's anything I want you guys to get out of this, is please help curb this behavior, because the internet is becoming an even nastier place than it already was. And we're seeing more and more people do things like this as a result of not only just the internet community, but everybody globally being very toxic as a result of what we're seeing online, cyberbullying. So I just wanted to touch on that really quick. I know it was all over the place, but I wanted to talk about it because, like I said, I know people who have been affected by this. I saw that this story was very, very heavy hitting, and obviously my thoughts and feelings go to, or my condolences go to the family, obviously of that individual. She was an amazing person, and people were being incredibly ruthless. So if there's anybody if there's a relatable experience you guys have been through, feel free to talk about it in the comments. I always read comments. I always open up discussions in the comment section. Feel free to reach out to me and stuff. I'm only one person, so I can only respond to so many comments, but I'll do my best. And hey, you can join the Discord community that we have. We're very accepting. It's a very friendly, inviting community. So You know, I just want to, I feel my closing thoughts on this. I've been, you know, thinking since the start of this whole quarantine, what my purpose is on YouTube, right? And I get a lot of messages from a lot of people, and I want to be able to spread a positive impact on the internet, or you just in some, or in society, some way, shape, or form. If I can make somebody smile, if I can make somebody's day, if I can take somebody's mind off of something negative going on in their life, I've accomplished my job, my mission. That is my mission. My mission is to put a smile on you guys' face and be as connected as humanly possible. But that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you guys' thoughts and feelings are on this topic. And until the next time I see you guys again, take care. Peace.